So hello and welcome to this ghostwriting webinar. My name is Elvis, and I'll be taking you on this very brief ride. But the first thing I want to say is this: every single piece of information that I'm going to be sharing in this webinar today is very important. So please sit down, pay attention, and watch this webinar from the beginning to the end. So this webinar is like an introduction. This is not the training. This is me introducing you to ghostwriting, to what ghostwriting is all about. And I'm going to be sharing with you what ghostwriting is all about and how you too can get started. Okay, so let's go. So, first and foremost, my name is Elvis Nusakae. I'm a ghostwriter and a digital entrepreneur. And I've been in the internet space for more than 3 years now, practically 4 years. I'm going to my fifth year in the internet as a digital entrepreneur. I am vast in multiple legitimate online businesses. Emphasis on legitimate online businesses. I have made 8 figures in Naira from 4 different online businesses, and I've coached over 800 people in different online businesses. All right, so I will just plead with you to sit back and pay attention. Okay, so like I said, pay attention and stay till the end. All right. And if possible, watch this webinar more than once so as to understand what I'm explaining and also try not to be distracted. Now, if you do not watch this webinar, there is no way I can help you at the end of this process. Okay. So your commitment to taking this webinar seriously is your first step to ensuring that we are able to work together and I can also help you on your journey to becoming a ghostwriter and making a lot of money on the internet. All right, so let's continue. So now I'm going to tell you guys how exactly it all started. Okay, so seeing me here today did not just happen overnight. It started from somewhere. Why am I here? Why did I decide to bring this opportunity your way? Why did I decide to talk about this very important, business opportunity called ghostwriting? Why exactly am I doing this? So now let's go. So in May 2023, I discovered ghostwriting and I made some money from ghostwriting. Now, when we entered into 2024 in January, I thought to myself, why not try and raise other millionaires, try and raise other persons who can make, as much as I have made and also even more from ghostwriting. So that was what bettered this journey. And that's in fact, that is the reason why you saw my advert or saw my post somewhere. And that is why you are watching this webinar right now. All right. So the goal is that by the end of 2025, I should have raised over 100 millionaires. Actually, it's 200. It's actually 200. 200 is my goal. The original 100 goal was in 2024, but 200 is my goal for 2025. And in 2024, yes, I was able to help a lot of persons make money, almost 50% of my original target to make over 1 million naira from ghostwriting in 2024. And that journey has not ended for me. I still intend to do more in 2025. All right, so now let's continue. So what exactly are you going to be getting from this webinar today? What exactly should you expect to hear from me today in this webinar? The first thing is this. I'm going to tell you exactly the reason why you should consider an online business like ghostwriting. And also what exactly this ghostwriting is and how does it work? And also who this ghostwriting is for. And also, I'll be showing you what some of my students and mentees are doing. I'll be showing you some testimonials. In fact, I have a folder of testimonials which I cannot share in this webinar. I'm going to tell you some of the requirements, some of the things that you also need to be able to succeed as a ghostwriter in this business that I'm bringing to you today. Then also, I'll be introducing you to a training package called the Ghostwriting Income Generator. All right, which is the package that has helped me and many of my students to make this money in this online space. Then also, I'll be answering a lot of your questions. In fact, I have anticipated a lot of your questions, a lot of your concerns concerning ghostwriting, and I'll be answering them. So please take note. That is why I highlighted a particular section Take notes so that most of your questions as you're watching this webinar, those questions that are arising, I may be answering them in that particular section. Then I'll also be sharing with you a special gift from me to you. Okay. Then finally, I'll be telling you how you too can get started as a ghostwriter. Yes. So I know you're excited. I know you are ready. So let's go. So now the first question is, why should you do ghostwriting? Why should you even consider this? Why should you even listen to me? The first thing is this: the economy of the world, not just Nigeria or any other country. Now take note. In fact, at this point, let me say this. This webinar is for anybody from any part of the world. Okay. So the economy of the world is changing. The cost of living is going really, really high. And a friend of mine used to say that the cost of living is not allowing the living to live. I don't know. There's a way she used to put it. Okay. Then another thing is that job security is not guaranteed. All right. Job security is not guaranteed. A lot of people are losing their jobs. Even, in fact, the funds from your job these days is not even enough to handle basic bills. You want to travel, you want to handle emergencies and all that. You can have an emergency at any time and you are going to need money. That's the reality right now. Almost every day, people are calling their friends, their family, please help me with money, help me with money. There's an emergency, things are coming up. And it is really, really painful when someone is unable to handle emergencies, as they come. All right. Now, another thing is this: retirement can also bring uncertainty, right? So, because as you're working, you're planning towards retirement, and there is a kind of uncertainty that, okay, what happens if I stop working? Do I have enough money saved? Can I do a business? Like, what exactly can I do? So, another thing is that there is a certain level of convenience from earning through multiple streams. So, maybe you have a job or a business or something, or whatever it is that you're doing that is making you money. You can add ghostwriting as an extra source of income. All right. Then also financial freedom to pursue your other goals, because in this ghostwriting business, you earn in US dollars. All right. So that can help you to bring about, financial freedom. Then lastly, it is less stressful as compared to a regular job. You can give ghostwriting a few hours of your time daily as compared to the 8 to 9 hours that you give to your job on a daily basis, and even make even more than what you get from your job. Now, I am not here to make bogus claims. I am not here to cajole you. I'm here to give you facts. I'm here to give you, you know, the right information. So whatever it is you want to do with this information at the end of this webinar is completely up to you. All right. So now, what exactly is this ghostwriting that we're talking about? It's simple. It's a writing business. Okay. And it's an online business. It is not a physical business. It is an online business that involves writing stories, writing articles, writing essays for foreign companies. Take note, emphasis on foreign companies under a contract, okay, to earn a particular amount of money. And most importantly, in fact, this money you earn it in US dollars. Now, what exactly is the current um, dollar to naira rate? I think it is $1 to about 1,600 naira at the moment. Imagine you're earning $100, for example, like that is even very small in this business, right? For example, that's over 160,000, right? So imagine earning up to $1,000. That would be over a million naira. Okay, so now let me not try and push your eyes into money too much, but let us talk about, how this really works. So the way it works is this: as a ghostwriter, you write for these foreign companies. Now, these foreign companies, we are going to be introducing it to you. Okay. You are not going to be looking for it yourself. Take note. Just take note of that first. You're not looking for these companies yourself. You're not trying to, look for this. No, no, no. We are going to introduce you to these companies. Okay. So you write for these foreign companies who are in serious, take note, serious need of writers in their online platforms. Okay. And this company pay hundreds and even thousands of US dollars for ghostwriting contracts. And a contract is simply basic, it's simply like an agreement between the company and the ghostwriter on the story content to be written, the genre of the story, and the expected content volume. Okay. So this is what we do in this business called ghostwriting. We write for these foreign companies that are willing to pay us a lot of money because the stories and the contents that we write for them help them to make money. Take note. I know some of you have been wondering how you're going to make money from your writing. This is how you make money from your writing. Okay. So we write, we give to these companies use this content to make money, and in turn they pay us from their coffers. So now let's continue. So now take note, please. At this point, I want to make some things very, very clear. Now, because most times when people hear opportunities like this, they make a lot of assumptions. So please, whatever assumption that you are holding in your mind while watching this webinar, I want to debunk a few of them. The first one is this: ghostwriting is not a Ponzi scheme or an investment scheme. It is not a scheme. In fact, it is not an investment in terms of putting money, putting 10K to get 20K. No, ghostwriting is not that kind of business. Okay. And it does not have anything to do with referrals. You are not referring anybody. You are not talking to anybody to come and do the business. You are not networking, marketing. All right. It is not a marketing business. Take note. Like I said, ghostwriting is not a marketing business. So you don't have to sell anything to anyone. Take note of this. You don't have to refer anybody. You don't have to sell anything to anyone. And also, it is not an overnight success kind of business. What do I mean by this? A lot of people, with the internet craze and all that, a lot of people want to make money overnight. It is not an overnight kind of business. However, it can make you money within a short time. Okay? It requires work, it requires effort. So I am not here to make bogus claims and tell you you don't have to do anything. No, if you have anybody that's telling you that, that's not possible when it comes to ghostwriting. So ghostwriting requires a certain level of work. Okay, so now let's continue. So now, what are some of the things that you do as a ghostwriter? What are the principles? What are the expectations, right? It's simple. You write stories, you write articles, you write essays. Okay. And it is called ghostwriting because you are not writing for yourself. You are writing for the foreign platforms. Sorry that my video there is covering it. Yeah, it is called ghostwriting because you are not writing for yourself. You are writing for the foreign platform. So you are more or less like behind the scenes, okay? Writing for these people, like these companies, these foreign platforms, and these platforms, they pay you. They are the ones that put the content to the audience, to the rest of the world to see. You don't have to bother about all that. Yours is just to write. And there are two ways that this can be done. You can either write by yourself. For example, some of you watching this video right now, probably you already know how to write, you already have the writing skill, or you are currently developing your writing skill to get better. This is for you. Okay, you can write by yourself. However, you are probably, like me, who is a very busy person in the online space, but you still want to make money, right? You can get other persons to write for you. It is called outsourcing. Okay, you can get other writers to write for you while you make money and you pay the writers. Okay, so it is two ways. Either you can write or you cannot write. The important part here is that you are making money. That is the goal. The goal here is to help you to make money. Okay. Now, another thing I want to say is this. Like I said, I think I mentioned this earlier. You don't look for clients. Okay. In this business, you don't look for clients. The platforms to write are already available. Like I said, we are going to introduce you to these platforms. So the platforms are readily available once you get started. So you don't have to look for clients. You don't have to say, oh, how do I get somebody to write for? How do I pitch? You are not pitching anything to anybody. You are not looking for anybody. You are not going online to search for who to write for. No, these rather have already been covered. Okay, so now let's go. Who are those persons that can do ghostwriting? Now, these examples that I put here are not limited to this. If you are a writer, you're already a writer, you know how to write. Good, you can do ghostwriting. If you are a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad or a stay-at-home boy or a stay-at-home girl, right? You can do ghostwriting. If you are a student, whatever it is that you're studying, I have people studying medicine, I have people studying law, I have people studying different courses that are doing ghostwriting. If you're a working class person like me, you can do ghostwriting. Like what I mean by that is you have a 9 to 5, you go to work in the morning, you come back in the evening, you can do ghostwriting. And guess what? I have a lot of people in my community. Don't worry, I'm going to show you guys my community in a few minutes. Okay, so regardless of the category that you fall under, you can actually do ghostwriting. All right. Before I continue, I would like to show you some of the things that my students are doing. Okay, what are some of the results from this ghostwriting business? Now, take note, this is not the end. There's a lot that I want to show you guys. Please take your time and go through this webinar. So let me show you what some of my students are currently doing in this ghostwriting community. Now, the first thing I'm going to say before I introduce you to one of my students called Stella, all right, I'm going to tell you first that in ghostwriting, you determine your earnings. Your earnings is not determined by anybody. You determine your earnings in the sense that the more contracts you get, the more you put in the effort. Like I said, don't forget I said it is a business that requires your effort. It is a business that requires your effort. So now, the more you put effort, the more contracts you get, the more money you earn. There are some persons that have multiple contracts from different platforms that we have introduced them to, all right, that are making money from each of these platforms. Now, so I want to introduce you to a student of mine. Now, she's a student of mine, but she's an elderly person, far older than me. She's in her 50s. Okay. How Stella went from being a newbie to earning over 1 million naira, even as a practicing nurse. Now, take note, Stella is 52 as at last year, 2024. Um, Stella is a civil servant nurse. Stella is a mother. A mother. Take note. Now, if you want to watch the full, interview that I had with Stella, you can use the link showing on, the screen right now, the YouTube video link. You can just, type it in your browser, open it, and watch that particular interview. But for now, let us continue and see exactly how Stella made 1 million naira in ghostwriting. So now, take note. Stella is a 51-year-old. Me, I said 52 because I had my last conversation with her in 2024. So this is 2025 now, so she should be 52. So Stella is a 51-year-old civil servant nurse, and she's one of my ghostwriting mentees. Now, when Stella came into my DM, when Stella came and showed interest in ghostwriting, take note of something. She was not a writer until she enrolled into the ghostwriting training program and came under my mentorship. Take note, she was not a writer. She showed interest. She enrolled into my training program, the Ghostwriting Income Generator training program, and came under my mentorship. Okay. Regardless of her age and her busy schedule as a nurse, Stella followed my instructions and started her ghostwriting journey. And today she has made over 1.4 million naira as a ghostwriter. Now, this was the details as at the last interview I had with Stella. Okay. As of today, my last conversation with Stella, she has made more than that, far, far more than this. Okay, far, far more than this. All right, now look at my chat with Stella. This was in February 2024. On the 2nd of February, just read the chat. You can pause this video, all right, and see the conversation when Stella first of all came into my DM and showed interest in ghostwriting. I gave her details. Look at it. I said, this is when Stella came into my WhatsApp DM in February 2024. So now let's continue. Now, this is, just the history of my chat with her. I had to take screenshots to show you guys. All right. She filled the form. She finally registered. I think she registered on the 12th. She came into my DM on the 12th, on the 2nd. She registered on the 12th. All right. So this was when Stella got started. All right. Now, in March 2024, on the 23rd of March, it was when Stella came and shared her progress with me and told me that she had never written before because I did not even know. She had to come and show and tell me that she had never written before. And this was my conversation with her. Okay. Now let's continue. In May, on 6th of May, Stella got her first exclusive contract. Now, the good thing is that I'm this type of person that I don't delete chats. No matter what, I don't delete chats. I have chats from several years before. So that is why, you can see that I still was able to bring out all these chats. All right. She showed me. This was on the 6th of May. Then the day that I took all of these screenshots, okay, this was when Stella got her second exclusive contract. Right? Stella got a second exclusive contract. Now, the first contract was already paying her. She came again and told me that another contract has come. All right. Now, this was, and I told her, I said, okay, Stella, why don't you send me some of the screenshots of payments that you have received from all these, contracts that you have been getting, right? She sent me the screenshot, right? As you can see, 287, 510, sweet money that she has been receiving from these platforms that we introduced her to. So from February till May, this was just like about 3 to 4 months gap. Stella has already made over 1.4 million naira. So these are the screenshots that she shared with me. Now, I'm going to show you guys another of my students. This is Rita. In fact, Rita right now she's a big girl. In fact, Rita is bigger than me right now in ghostwriting. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. All right. Now, Rita is one of my first. She was one of my first. She started in 2023. She's one of my first ghostwriting students, and she has shared countless of testimonials with me, countless of them. So now let's see. As you can see, these are screenshots. In fact, I didn't even know the ones to really pick. All right. Now, um, this was when she showed me one of her month's payments when she received the money from Payoneer. All right. So Rita has been like doing amazing stuff. Right. This was a contract that she got. Contract that she got. This is another contract that she got. Right. Like, and the thing is that once she gets the contract, she will just send me the screenshot. Right. Multiple contracts coming in for Rita. Okay. So this was when she completed a particular work. You see there, she says completion bonus rather. Please, you can feel free to pause this video and read the content of these screenshots. Okay, feel free to pause the video and read the content of the screenshot. Now, so this process is very simple. It is very, very simple. It requires learning, then earning. I'm a very, very huge advocate in following process, right? I know there are a lot of people out there that advocate for you don't have to do anything, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to do anything. They are killing our society. That's the truth. Now let me show you guys another of my students. Bridget. I think Bridget is in her 60s. Yes, I think she's like maybe around my mom's age. She's another one of my special students who is on her way to retirement. With ghostwriting, she's not scared of retiring anymore. So now let's see. This was my chat with her. You see the screenshot on the left. Look at the screenshot in the middle and on the right. Now, Bridget will be 62 by December 2024. Okay, good. Yeah, she's already 62. Yet, she has a lot to look forward to as a retiree. Now, Rita is a young girl. The first person, Stella, is in her 50s. Bridget is in her 60s. Now, I'm telling you guys all this so that regardless of your age, as you're watching this webinar right now, you know that ghostwriting is for you. All right. Now, let's take it forward further. So now take note, whether you are a writer or a non-writer, ghostwriting is for you. Whether you are a writer or a non-writer, ghostwriting is for you. It doesn't matter the category you fall in. The question is, do you want to make money? That's the question I usually ask. Do you want to make money? Now, so Nicholas also is one of my exceptional students who got 4 contracts within 2 months of starting ghostwriting. I think in my YouTube channel, I also have an interview that I had with Nicholas. I think I'm going to do a separate interview, maybe sometime in 2025 with Nicholas, because a few days ago, I had a chat with him and he told me how he's raising money, like he's putting together money and working on his visa to leave Nigeria. Like this was just like maybe last week, last 2 weeks, right? That I had a chat with him, but I don't have that screenshot here. But once he gives me update, I'm going to call him for an interview, all right, and probably share with you guys. Okay, so Nicholas is an exceptional student. Now, this is Nicholas when Nicholas enrolled for the ghostwriting program on the left here. This was in March 2024. All right. Then in the middle here, you can see screenshots that Nicholas sent me, how he has gotten contracts and all that, right? Then Nicholas shared with me these two contracts with me within 2 months of starting. Within 2 months of starting, Nicholas have gotten about 2 contracts, two months of starting, right? So it's amazing to see what most of my students and mentees are doing in the ghostwriting, you know, community. So now let's just continue. This is still my conversation with Nicholas, sharing more information with me. I told him that I'm shocked, like I'm shocked, you know. So he's just bagging contracts like water, and this was one of the revenue stuff that he received. But I think he said other screenshots exactly. Now on the right here, you see some other screenshots of payments that Nicholas have received. He said he didn't take screenshots of all of them. All right. These are some of the ones that he took screenshots of. This is the middle one, payment received from Nicholas, right? Then on the left side, this is one amazing part when it comes to my relationship with Nicholas. Now, after Nicholas made over 500K from ghostwriting, Nicholas did something really, really nice that really touched me. Nicholas is an artist, like he's a pencil artist. So what Nicholas did was he took the DP, my picture on my DP on WhatsApp, and drew it in pencil. Now that is the work that you can see right there on the left, right? He said, "I just want to tell you how grateful I am. My life don't change small, small, and I like it." Now this was the conversation in August 2024. As at May 2025, when I'm doing this video, Nicholas has made like bastard money. He told me he made over $2,400 from a single contract, right? He said his parents still hardly believe that he's not a Yahoo boy. Why? Because of the money he's making. Although he said he's not a big spender, but he shares his results and all that with his parents, right? And he's still under their roof, but he's planning to leave the country, very soon. And all with money made from ghostwriting. Now, this picture that Nicholas drew right here is currently in my living room right here. Just that I can't show you guys right now. It's right here in my living room. I put it on the wall. So when anybody comes to my house, I'll be like, that thing was done by one of my ghostwriting students. It's something that really makes me proud. Something that really makes me proud. So now let's just continue. So these are some other of my ghostwriting students that are getting contract. This is Fatima, this is Faith, this is Fola. You guys can pause this video and see some of the things that that they are doing. All right, now this other one is also another really beautiful one, which is a friend of mine. Now this person is not my mentee. I'm not going to say this person is my mentee. This is just a friend in the ghostwriting community. Her name is Fumi, and I've been able to get her on a live call before, sometime around March or April 2024. And this was when Fumi shared with us how she got a contract that paid her over, sorry, that's currently paying her and will pay her for over 30 years. All right. And these are some of the screenshots of the other contract that she has. You see 1,360. Like Fumi is a badass when it comes to ghostwriting. Pardon my language. All right. She's a badass when it comes to ghostwriting. And she's doing really, really well and supporting a lot in the ghostwriting community. In fact, Fumi is one of the admins in the ghostwriting community. Like when you're looking for anything, you want to solve any problem, Fumi is the one to meet, when it comes to ghostwriting. All right. So the question is this: why exactly did they succeed? Right now, I know that this like I said, this webinar is not just about trying to cajole you or trying to give you bogus claims and all that. No, this is about giving you reality. This is about telling you this is how this actually works. All right, these people did not just make this money overnight. These people did not just wake up and money just landed in their account. All right, the first thing is this: that they follow this a well-structured knowledge program. All right, a well-structured knowledge program. They had that, and that was one of the reasons why they succeeded. The second thing is that they had proper guidance and mentorship, from me and my community, except for Fumi. Fumi is not one of my mentees, but all other persons that I mentioned are all my mentees. And there are other ones. I can't put everything inside this particular webinar. All right. And finally, they also had a community to help and motivate them. All right. They had a community to help and motivate them. Like I said, I'm going to show you guys, details of my ghostwriting community. And, you get to see it for yourself. Now, so what exactly did they have? You know, what exactly do you need to succeed? What did these people use to succeed? Now, basically, to do ghostwriting, you just need a phone. That's the truth. You just need a phone. A phone is fine. But if you have a laptop, it's also fine. Any one at all that you have is fine. All right. Of course, when I say a phone, I'm talking of an internet-enabled phone, like a smartphone, either iPhone, Android, any phone that can connect to the internet, that can install apps and all that. That's what you need. It doesn't have to be a very large phone, very big phone. No, no, no. It doesn't have to be. Another thing is that you need a strong desire to make money, because you can have all the tools in the world, but if you don't have a strong desire to make money and the action plan, all right, to to do it to make money, you're not going to go anywhere. Then also they had the training program called the Ghostwriting Income Generator Training Program, which is the training program that every single one of us, including myself, used to learn ghostwriting. Okay, this is the training program that we all used to learn ghostwriting. And also they had my mentorship program, right? These people were under my mentorship. I was there to respond to them. I was there to help them when they needed clarity, until, they started seeing, good results. Now, from those charts, those screenshots that I showed you, it's clear that these guys were under my mentorship. And it's also clear if you look at Stella, there was the time that Stella is part of the screenshots that she came to ask me some questions. Just like I said, pause the video and, read through some of those, screenshots that I took and put there for you. So now, what exactly is this? Because, okay, now let me go back a bit. Now, if you already have a phone or a laptop, awesome. If you already have a strong desire to make money, awesome. The next thing you need is the ghostwriting income generator and my mentorship. It's very straightforward. So now, what is a ghostwriting income generator? The ghostwriting income generator training program is I call it a ghostwriting business program. All right, I call it a ghostwriting business program. It's a training program that teaches you how to monetize your writing skills and possibly monetize the writing skills of other persons. Like I said, you can outsource. All right. So it's a training program that turns you from a novice to a pro in ghostwriting. Now, this is not a training program that comes to teach you English, A for apple, B for ball, sentence construction and all that. No. This is a training program that shows you the direction of how to write to make money. It's as simple as that. That's the easiest way I can put it. All right. So, and this training, take note of this, very important. This training is both for those who already, so if you already know how to write, this training is for you. If you don't know how to write, this training is still for you. If you are already trying to like perfect your skills, this training is still for you. All right. Then what are you going to learn? You're going to learn some of the basics of writing. You're going to learn things like long story writing. You're going to learn how to receive money because how can you be doing business and you don't know how to receive money, right? From the business. You're going to also be shown, like I said, you'll be introduced to platforms that you can write. Okay. And these platforms, you don't have to pay anybody money. You don't have to pass through backdoor. No, no, no. They are very straightforward to use. And in the training program, we have over 12 online platforms that have been exposed and explained for you. And also, you'll be taught how to outsource in the event that you want to take your writing, and give it to somebody else, like I am doing, to write for you. While you manage the business, you go through the writings and all that. You'll be taught how to do that. You also be taught how to use articles and essays to earn quickly. They also, as a bonus, now this one is not even a major thing, okay? As a bonus for those who are interested in Upwork and all that, you also be shown how to use Upwork to do your ghostwriting. But most importantly, apart from getting this training program, apart from this training program, this ghostwriting income generator, you would also be getting access to my mentorship and my amazing community, and also the general ghostwriters community. All right. And this is a big deal. Now, what exactly are you going to learn inside this ghostwriting course? What is the content of this ghostwriting course? What is the content of this training? Because most times people, talk about training programs, come and learn this, but they don't tell you exactly what you are going to learn. Now, let me show you. So now let us look at some of the course details. All right. And take note, the beginning of every worthwhile venture is knowledge. You want to succeed at anything, what you need first is knowledge. So now let's continue. Now, there are different modules. This is module one. In module one, you're going to learn the basics of writing, the art of writing, steps to becoming a writer, mastering punctuations, apps to use in writing, where to get books. All right. Also, you're going to be learning long story writing, how to craft an outline, how to write your first 5k, first 10k words, how to write different points of view, showing versus telling. Then you now have the module 3 where it talks about the different payment methods that you can use: domiciliary accounts, PayPal account, Payoneer, Gray, GeekPay, all these different options that you can use to receive money. You're also going to be introduced to the platforms. All right, so this is where you get introduced to the platforms in module 4. All right, these are the platforms where you get to do your writing. Some of the things you need to know before you apply for a contract: how to create like a book cover. Now this book cover, I know some persons are watching this now, they are thinking Amazon KDP. See, please, please, please don't confuse this with Amazon KDP at all. This has nothing to do with Amazon KDP. Very, very far from it. All right, now things you need to understand before you apply: how to apply to different platforms. Now I covered all this part, all right, because these are proprietary content that I took from inside the course. It does not make sense for me to just put it out there. All right, different platforms, just count it. How many did I put this blue stuff? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, 12 different platforms. All right, then tips that can help you to secure an exclusive contract. Then, like I said, remember I said you are going to also learn how to outsource, how to give this your writing to somebody else to write for you. That's what you can see there at the bottom: how to outsource. Very important. All right, then the other part, article writing. Now I cannot begin to start talking about each of all these because of time. I don't want to waste your time in this particular webinar. All right, so now also you're also going to be able to join the community, look at the Upwork that I talked about, that you can use Upwork also. All depends on you and all that stuff. All right, now the access to this training program is simply 30k, but hold on, just calm down. All right, it's 30k. Now I know a lot of persons are going to say, oh, 30k is too much. I know for some of you right now, as you're watching this right now, you're already thinking, I don't have 30k. If you have the 30k, awesome. But take note, hold on. When I started my first online business in 2021, I needed 50,000 naira to start. I did not have the money. But one thing I had in my heart was that I needed to do this business. So what did I do? I took some time to raise the money. I took some time to raise the money, because most of the time opportunities come your way, but it looks like you were not prepared for the opportunity. But as long as the opportunity is still there, take your time and prepare for the opportunity. Don't discard the opportunity, but rather prepare for it immediately. All right. So now, but hold on, I have something for you. Yes, the training program costs 30,000 naira. And I know some person will say 30,000 naira is huge. It is huge, but it is also not huge because one single contract, just one, eh, will give you far, far higher than this 30,000 naira that we're talking about. So 30,000 naira is cheap as far as the value in the course is concerned, and as far as the results that you can get from this training, if you implement it, is also concerned. But I have something for you. But let me answer some of your questions, because while you're watching this webinar, like I said before, some of you are already building up some questions in your mind, right? So let me anticipate and answer some of those questions so that you don't have to, get confused or begin to bother yourself too much. So now let's go. So what if you can't write? I think I've answered this. I've repeated this multiple times. Outsourcing is the answer. You can outsource your writing. So to outsource is simply to outsource your writing is to get someone else to do the writing for you. This is completely explained in the GIG training program. Look at it. Very much explained. How to outsource, excuse me, how to outsource is very well explained. All right. So now the next thing is this. I've been talking about contracts. There are two types of contract. I think I've mentioned exclusive contract twice. There are two types of contract when it comes to ghostwriting: exclusive and non-exclusive contract. Now, exclusive contract, all right, it simply means that the content of the work can only be uploaded on the platform that gave you the contract. For example, now let me just say platform A gives you a contract for a work and says this contract is an exclusive contract. What it means is that when you put the work on their platform, you cannot take that work and go and put it on other platforms. You'll be breaching that contract. But if platform A gives you a non-exclusive contract, right, what it means is that they are still giving you the freedom to take that same work and go and upload it on other platforms to still make more money. In some cases, some people prefer non-exclusive contract. Why? Because when your work is on multiple platforms, all right, you make more money. However, a single exclusive contract can still give you, more money than even a lot of non-exclusive contract. But these are things that you still understand better when you come into the training program, all right, and you get started. So a single exclusive contract earns more than a non-exclusive contract. However, multiple non-exclusive contracts on a single work can earn as much as a single exclusive contract. Exactly. All right. So what are some of the other concerns that you may probably have at this time? I know some persons may be thinking, how long will the ghostwriting training take? Actually, the ghostwriting training is very, 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 very short. If you give it 1 to 2 hours daily, you should be done in like a week, or maybe at most before 2 weeks, you should be done. But I have a lot of friends that finished in 3 days, 4 days. Why? Because they had all the time in the world to go through the training. And the sweet part about it is that it is self-paced. You go through it at your own pace. So when you enroll into the training program, you are given the username and a password to log into your own personal portal. All right. You can log in. If you come back from work, you can log in, go through the training. Maybe you have public holiday on the weekends, you go through it. You don't have to wait until a particular time of the day when you are busy. And maybe there's, some persons think that it's a live class. No, it's not a live class. It is a personalized, already recorded training. However, as you are having issues and concerns, you can always come to me. You can always come to the community group. All right, ask questions and continue your training. All right. So now, do you need the training? Okay, do I need a training program if I already know how to write? The answer is yes. Like I said, this is not just a writing program, it's also a business program. It teaches you how to convert. You already know how to write, but you want to know how to turn that your gift, that your talent, that your skill, all right, into monetary equivalent. You need this training program. Now, where does the training take place? The training takes place on the GIG course platform. There's a link, there's a URL to it. When you enroll into it, you have a username and password. Like I said, you log in at your convenience and go through the training. So how do you get paid? You get paid in US dollars. All right. You can get paid in a PayPal account. You can get paid in a domiciliary account. You can get paid in a gig pay account, in a gray account. Now, see, you don't have to bother yourself about all this. All these are explained in the training. All this, every single one is explained in the training program. Then how long before you start earning? It all depends on you. On the average, I tell people, like I said, this is not a get rich quick scheme. All right. But I usually tell people, anybody who is serious should start seeing good results in about 60 days. That's like 2 months. It's not too long for you to wait. All right. As long as you are putting in the work, in about 60 days at least, you should have gotten your first contract, and be waiting for your payment. All right. Then how do you get clients to write for? I've already said it before. You don't look for clients. You don't try and look for clients. The platforms are available for you to, enroll and start writing. Then now, is ghostwriting the same as copywriting? No, they are not the same. Copywriting is focused on marketing content and content for maybe social media, emails, marketing purposes. All right. But ghostwriting is strictly writing for people to consume, either in form of articles, essays, and long stories. Then do you get support when you enroll? The answer is absolute yes. That brings me to the next page, my support group. Okay. Now, this is my ghostwriting support group. All right. Now I have two support group, the Telegram group and the WhatsApp group. When you come in, the Telegram group has a lot of information that I've put together for you. So when you come in, when you enroll into this training program, I'm going to add you to that Telegram group. You will sit down, take your time, and go through most of the information in the Telegram group. Don't worry, I have a guide on how to do that. All right. Now, as you can see here, my Telegram group is currently almost 600 people. Actually, it's over 600, just that some persons don't use Telegram. All right. And if you look at the WhatsApp group on the right, you see that I have 602 members in the WhatsApp group. All right. Now, that will tell you that I've been doing this for a long time. And this is mentor. Take look at the name, Ghostwriting Growth Mentorship Community. All right. It is our mentorship community. This is not a general group for people who have not enrolled. This is a group that only those who have enrolled into the training are added. All right. So my Telegram and WhatsApp group cater to all students under my mentorship. Excuse me. You will also get inspired by other ghostwriters and get answers to your questions. The mentorship community includes both young and mature people. Sorry that my video is covering the other part. All right. So now, let me show you the gifts that I told you that I have for you. Now, like I said, the ghostwriting training program costs 30,000 naira. All right. But for the first 100 people that are going to be enrolling into this training program, okay, they are going to be getting it for 28,000. I don't know when you are going to be watching this video. I don't know when you are going to be watching this video, but anytime you are watching this video, it is possible that this discount has already ended. But if it has not ended, or if I'm feeling generous enough, I may decide to give you access to the training program with just 28,000 naira. Now take note, this is non-negotiable. All right. The price is 30K, but I can give you for 28,000. The first 100 people. I repeat, the first 100 people. But like I said again, if I'm feeling generous or magnanimous, I can decide to still give you at 28,000 naira. But once I've gotten to the 100 people, anybody after that is 30,000 naira, except I just feel like doing it. All right. So this is my special gift to you. All right. To reduce the burden on you. Okay. So now, how do you start? Now that you know what the ghostwriting training is, you have seen what my students are doing, you have seen the cost of the training program. How do you start? Now, on the page where you are watching this video right now, there is a button at the bottom, all right, that says next step. Click on that button, all right. Or if you are watching this video on YouTube, on the YouTube video description below, I'm going to put the links rather. Now, it's going to be two links. If you are on watching it on the page, this is it. When you click on next step, it's going to take you to another page. On that other page, you're going to see two buttons. Please read the information there, and also you're going to see two buttons. The first button is going to say, I am ready to enroll. The second button is going to say, I have questions. If you are ready to enroll, simply click on I am ready to enroll. Now, please don't click on I am ready to enroll if you don't have the money yet. Okay? Or if you are not willing to enroll. But if you have the money, or you are expecting the money, or you know that you are ready to enroll, please click on I am ready to enroll button. Okay, that is, take note, please. I repeat, on the page you are watching this video now, at the bottom, you will see a button that says next step. Click on that button first. That it will now take you to another page. On that other page, you see two buttons. One will say I am ready to enroll. The other one will say I have questions. That I am ready to enroll, when you click on it, it is going to open a link to a WhatsApp group only for people that want to take the next step to enrollment. Okay. Now, if you have questions, maybe you still need clarity, so you are in category B, you click on the button that says I have questions. That one is going to take you to another group, okay, where you can drop your questions, all right, and it will be answered. But if you click on I am ready to enroll, once you enter the group, this is what you have to do. When you click on I am ready to enroll, when you enter the group, this is what you have to do. Just simply request inside the group, okay, for the account details, all right, for payment, or the link for payment, depending on how you want it. The second option is this. When you enter that group, okay? The group for those that want to take the next step, okay, to enroll. You can click on the name of the group at the top. You'll see the description of the group. When I say description, the details of the group. In the details of the group, you will have the account details and you also have the link. Anyone you wish, you can send the money to the account details and send proof of payment inside that group. Okay, send proof of payment inside that group, or you send it to any of the admins in the group when you check the details of the group. All right, or you click on the link on the description and go and make the payment by yourself. Anyone you feel like or you are more comfortable with. Okay, but if you click on I have questions, it will take you to a different group. Okay, when it takes you to that different group, simply drop your questions there and somebody, one of the admins, is going to attend to you, either myself or any of the admins in the group. Please, I hope this is very, very clear. Okay, so now the button at the bottom of this page, now that you're watching this right now, that next step is you cannot click on it until this video gets to the end. All right, once this video gets to the end, you click on that next step, then you'll be able to go to the next step. You understand? Everything is well explained. Please take your time, read information, and don't miss out. Okay? Don't miss out. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, in the description below, I'm going to put the link to the two groups. The one to ask questions and the group for those persons that are willing and ready to enroll. Thank you very much for your time. Feel free to reach out to me. My name is Elvis Nusakaye. I'm a digital entrepreneur, like I said, and also a ghostwriter. And if you want to discuss anything, my number is in any of the groups. You can always reach out to me and I'll handle, whatever concerns you have. So thank you very much. Have an amazing day. All right.